friends, and welcome to another Watch Along commentary right here on the newest episode of what I have chosen to call a history of rock and roll in film and rock and roll. You may call it what you like. Now, this one's going to be pretty raw. I'm not doing extra music. I'm not doing a lot of fancy pants editing tricks or anything like I usually do because I am such a fancy pants. Now, this time I'm just keeping the original energy of a get-together between four friends on a weekend, hanging out with me testing out a new piece of gear, my new used Roadcaster for the first time, so my good buddy Dan can call in on the telephone. You'll recognize his voice, even though it's highly distorted from the Bluetooth, but you'll recognize Brian Timpey's voice as well. If you heard my Crossroads episodes featuring the history of shred guitar, and most specifically Steve Vai, if you didn't, check them out. They are not watch-alongs. There's a lot of free-form conversation in them, though. And this one, I hadn't heard what we recorded since the night we did it. And I didn't want to lose much more time because this is a Netflix, concern. And who knows how many more people haven't seen it or will see it. I want to get it out there. But my timeline was a bit compressed by the fact that, there's a Sex Pistols series coming out. I had to rush into my Sex Pistols episode. And now it's like, there's going to be an Elvis movie. God damn it. Okay, I put out an Elvis episode. I still got more of those coming. So this was actually supposed to come out a little sooner. Point being, when I did listen today to some of the stuff I was sort of checking on for audio quality, I was pleasantly surprised at how much of this is, I think, in line with what you would enjoy if you're a regular listener to the history of rock and roll and film and rock and roll when it comes to analysis of certain eras of music and why, in this case, metal or thrash metal is so appealing to the kind of folks that love it and the history of it. So it's not just, a bunch of people getting progressively drunker and going, wow, wow, ooh, But it is meant to be a follow along. So if you're going to follow along with us, get on your Netflix or your torrent or your jailbroken Fire Stick, get on Kodi or whatever you're using, and just set it up to go, like hit play and then hit pause, and then we will count you into the beginning. It's a very casual episode, but it's still informative, I think. And if that's not enough, I have capped off the live conversation at about the 2-hour point, and then I will go into some history of thrash metal. This episode is so off the cuff and spontaneous and sort of organically created, and the next ones will be too, because it's just our conversations being recorded, that I feel totally justified not taking the time to repurpose historical facts and narratives into my own presentation, all thought out, like I usually do. No, this time I'm going to be lazy and read straight from the pages of a very trustworthy author. Don't give me shit about that. There's whole YouTube channels devoted to just reading out other people's rock biographies page for page. And it's one of those scenarios where I feel I'd be doing the author a disservice by not reading it in their work. Right, let's get started.
Throw caution to the wind.
Okay, confirmed. Everybody say recording in your microphone individually. You, Marion.
Recording
In your microphone individually.
Dan?
Recording microphone individually.
Perfect.
God,
Levels are up.
God damn it, we're professional.
All right,
Yeah,
count down to 5 or something, and I'll hit on 0. I'll go on 0, not on 1. I'll go on 0.
All right, cool.
On 3 or on 3 and then go?
Just preparing. You're always preparing. Just go.
You're prepared.
Get ready? From 4.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, fucking tubes.
Oh,
Look at
power
those things.
tubes.
Jesus Christ! By the way, at some point we need to talk about somewhere to get power tubes right now.
Hey, there's the Pog 2 I was talking about, and a rat pedal.
Oh, jeez,
The
look at that
fucking rat
accent.
pedal.
Oh no!
He's got a 5153.
Holy shit! That was one of the repro.
Oh man, a Frankenstein Strat.
I told you we're not gonna make it through this fucking intro.
No, you're right.
Dude,
Pantera.
that was one of the repro fucking Fenders.
Yeah, the $25,000 Fender. Yep.
$25,000 guitar.
Oh, and Nomad.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Starting with Phil's.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
What was that?
He's wearing an Anthrax spreading the disease shirt.
Yep.
Play something fast. Did you read the music that I wrote for you?
Oh, hi, Chip Roberts.
Dude, seriously.
I mean, right?
Yes.
I don't.
Oh, dude.
These aren't my drums. They belong to her.
Fear.
I don't play the drums. I play the drum. This drum in marching band for 2 years.
Oh fuck.
I do it to get out of PE. Oh, just says that doesn't matter. All it takes to be great is commitment and sacrifice.
Oh, dude. Okay, so there's a noise gating happening on our monitoring that's gonna keep happening in the room mic, I think. But
I don't
ooh, Celtic Frost, HR Giger.
Fuck yeah.
All I have to do
Whatever
is
happened to Celtic?
Frost.
okay.
Is it true that they got lost in the pandemonium?
Okay, we have got to turn the volume of the movie up. I can't do
Yeah,
this.
crank it up. We need more input on the mic, yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Something heavy.
Something heavy.
I love it. I love that he's not good.
Yeah.
I love.
We need a bass player. Bass player would be huge for us.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
Fuck.
No doubt.
Wonderful. So wonderful.
Oh my god.
So,
Wait,
So,
what's
like-
that tune? I know that tune. Ba-bum. Oh, it's St. James Infirmary. That's from like 1935. Fucking shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course you know that.
it's marching band and fucking metal, dude. Like,
Yeah.
how perfect is this?
Yeah.
That's my background.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I know
No.
I know all the songs
no
from the
one in
40s
high
that don't get you laid.
Jay
No-
Smith,
no
you
one in
were
high school is this
in marching
bad at
band
this
too?
point.
Oh yeah. Alto saxophone
That's
for sure.
enough for today.
Oh,
Emily, can I talk to you for a second?
these are fucking geeks.
The song.
The only uniform I ever agreed to wear.
Is not the song they are playing.
Oh,
I'm not sure
this
you're
is Chuck
even playing
Klosterman.
much. We've talked
He's an
about this.
author.
You have to listen.
I've never seen him with a
and
beard
play.
before.
It's an orchestra, right? I mean, I know we're in a
He
marching
looks like
band.
young Brian Posehn, but he's not.
You're upset.
He totally does.
Until like she throws.
That's how I felt about band.
It's clarinet. It's long, black, and hard, baby. Oh shit.
That seems pretty metal to me, but I'm not sure. I'll ask Hunter about it. He's been into a lot of things since I've known him, but he's stuck with metal longer than anyone. When his mom left in 7th grade, he decided it was the key to everything. If we devote ourselves to metal, we'll own this school.
Oh my god.
Everybody will see what we really
It's
are
like
and worship
the
us
writer
as
saved
gods.
all of his journals from high school.
Oh, for sure.
This is the kind of shit that I wrote in my journal. Like,
Hunter's been my
metal
best
is
friend ever since he
everything.
stopped
I
motivating
have,
him from pulling
I
out
remember,
the
I remember writing like, I have
always looks out
a
for me.
brotherhood in all Metallica fans ever because I've just heard Kill 'Em All for the first time. Like, and then I went to high school and the guys in Metallica shirts like pantsed my best friend and threw him in a dumpster.
Fucker!
Away.
Play Mark.
Fuck, dude.
You ready for the game? What I'm ready for is your homecoming after party, man.
Yep, my parents are in Geneva. So bring the whole school if you want, man. Seriously. Tell whoever, everybody's invited.
All right.
Peace out, bro.
Gotcha.
See if I can turn off
Jesus Christ, dude.
the fucking noise gate off on the room mic. There we go. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
That was annoying the shit out of me.
No more.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, boys. Much better.
for sure.
Hey, man.
Everyone looks like almost a Culkin.
What's up?
Like all the boys do. All the boys. The long-haired guys and like the normal
Did you
guys.
ask your mom?
First of all, I thought this movie was about girls,
What'd she say?
having only seen
Said she
pictures
didn't have
of the movie poster.
$1,000.
Also, it misleadingly looks like that fucking.
All the best metal guitar players look like.
But I think we'll really have
Yeah.
to time.
Yeah, she said she doesn't have $150.
Like what?
All the best metal guitar players look like girls.
They do.
Well, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah?
Fair.
She's in my speech class. Think she's English? Scottish? I don't know. I heard she went ape shit on the band teacher.
Yeah.
That's one messed up chick.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's Slayer shirt.
Dude.
The one from Undisputed
Oh.
Attitude.
Oh
Dan,
my-
you're so right. Dan, you're so
Oh
right.
my god.
Wait, someone's in a like post-new wave band
I always
at their high
wondered
school?
what people like this did it though. People whose bands didn't have names like Skullfucker.
Molly
Now
Cottle.
I know. Here we are. In the middle of it all.
Bro.
Oh Jesus. So wait, is this? When is this supposed to be?
This has to be modern day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some modern-
Because the popular kids band is like melodic
How do they
and
do it?
not quite shoegazy, but
It's a cover. They're playing. This is a famous song by red-haired British guy.
Mine. I mean,
like
Yeah.
Morrissey is like a
Yes.
Smith tune or something.
No. It's
No.
cool. Red-haired British guy that plays acoustic guitar. The
Like, it's the
fucking
easiest thing ever.
Like Bon
Uh,
Iver.
listen to me.
shake. No. Like new.
Oh.
Or like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Kevin
What the?
and Hunter Sylvester.
I don't know.
went to high school
Sorry,
with
dude.
those guys.
Red-haired, like he's the most famous
Oh,
artist
okay.
on the planet.
Yeah.
We're gonna be too busy hanging out with the guys from Iron Maiden.
The Ginger Nightmare himself. Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. He was in the movie Yesterdays, which I reviewed for this podcast. And
Yeah.
I want to say it's Gareth, but it's not Gareth something. It's fucking
Great.
that douchebag that we hate. Yeah.
Hunter, it's not that bad actually. Once you get used to it. Seriously. Hunter, seriously, our band is gonna be so
Ed Sheeran.
awesome.
Thank
Ed
you.
Sheeran,
By
yeah.
our day,
There you go.
no better than Ringo Starr.
All this poor little kid's getting so wasted.
Heavy metal rules!
I have to go pee.
I'm driving you home when you're finished.
After pee.
After Pippi.
Oh dude.
This is not. This is good drunk cam. Boy. Oh fuck. Oh no. Pretty girl. Zeroing in on pretty girl on her phone. Not good. Nothing good's coming of this. Oh dear.
What are you staring at?
You.
Why?
Because you're pretty, why else do people stare at you?
People don't stare at me.
That's dumb.
What?
Why don't they?
I could give you a million reasons. My face is too narrow.
I am talking to a girl. I'm not even afraid of her.
Beer is amazing.
Great idea. I don't care what the
Okay,
person says.
pause it.
Pause it.
Can we?
Fun right now.
Okay. Can we reflect on the moments so far in this movie?
Can we
A
unpack
little bit.
that? Can we unpack that? Yes.
A little of your overzealous buddy who wants you to be in a fucking metal band,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Who's just 100% fucking committed to metal. Like,
Who disapproves of everything you do musically, and is like,
Yes.
well, that's not my fault. It's your fault for not being able to do the things that I need you to do.
Right.
you're stupid and metal is the best thing that's ever happened. And we're going to be in a fucking metal band and we're going to win the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That was me, dude. That was me. That was 100% me. Like, this is this fucking answer. I'm in a fucking metal band. I was rock or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it was like me and Marco. Like that was me and my buddy Marco. Like I talked him into getting a bass. Like we're gonna be in a fucking band.
Yep.
We're gonna win. We're gonna play the go and get a chick. We're gonna a party.
Yep.
And we're gonna drink beer until we can talk to girls. Like this fucking movie is my whole fucking life. Like they had me at this point. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh my God, how did they know?
And it takes a lot to get there when it's like, oh, I'm in my 40s and I'm going to watch a high school drama about some young people discovering their whatever, the socializing and music. I don't know. That doesn't sound like something I would want to watch. But then I do, and I see how they presented it, and I'm like, oh, this is so earnest and non-ironic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're with them.
Yeah.
Like you're with them. Like I buy it. I fucking buy it.
Totally fucking buy it.
Oh, 100%. Well, and what Jay said earlier is that the writers saved their notebooks from junior high.
Yeah.
I mean, that's legit. I mean, like, come on now.
It's whatever it's whatever theater kids feel when they get on stage in high school for the first time and like, I've unleashed my soul through the power of song that some adults wrote for me, and someone's set up this whole framework for me to express emotions through an older person's mentality, but they have the words I don't have, and they have the notes that I don't have, and the composition I don't have. But with like metal, it's just like it's that visceral but also cerebral element that like it doesn't happen in punk rock, doesn't happen in like rootsy rock and roll, it doesn't happen in overly technical progressive music either. It's that combination of the like fucking brutal desire to eat and fuck and kill something, but also to do it in a way that is taxing on your brain. I think there's something self-hating about that too.
What anger? It's like anger and frustration, and like there's an aggression here that like I don't get anywhere else. I don't hear this anywhere else. I'm not expressing this anywhere else. Like when that fucking sound hits you, it hits you like it doesn't hit anybody else. Like that's the thing. Like that's what makes us is, oh, that happened to you? Like people that watch this movie are like, that fucking happened to me.
Yep.
And I'm like, fucking happened to me. And anybody who watches this is like, that fucking happened to me. I'm like, yes, I know. I remember. I remember where the fuck I was.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also do love it's the sort of it's a weird nerd empowerment thing too, which I personally have had enough of for a long time in media. But this version of nerd empowerment, I like, it's not that they're nerds. It's just like it's just a coming of age thing where
right.
I have no reason. I have no justification for talking to someone that I find attractive, and therefore I keep walking. Except for in this case, I'm now a drummer in a band, and I'm wasted at a party, and also something the very, very distinct about this, the house they're in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The house they're in where you clearly see the parents have paid money to have portraits taken of the brother and sister and the really nice, like, frames in the hallway. Like, that's friends of mine, but not me. That was friends of mine in third grade. That was friends of mine in high school. That was friends of mine after high school. That was never an environment that I was comfortable with. I see that stuff at other people's houses and go, oh, this is how people with pools live. Like their parents pay for this shit.
I'll shut up. Let's yeah.
Well, actually, we should wait just a second because there's almost cookies and ice cream at the door, and that's going to make the dogs bark, and we're going to deposit it.
Delivery.
So
I'm gonna open it. But okay, so then that opening of him like doing the thing where he's like, just play something heavy, just play some, like, you want people to get on your level so bad, like you want that. Don't you get it?
Yeah.
Right.
Why is it so clear for me and not for you?
Right.
You're my friend, and you
why
play
can't
drums.
you just make the sound that I'm hearing
Just make it
inside
go.
of my head?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
do it. Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just make it go.
And you want to be good so bad so that you can do the thing that your brain is trying to recreate that you're hearing.
Yep.
And set you on that fucking path of like, oh, why can't I get there? Why can't I get there? You know, I can fucking play great. I can, you know, you mentioned, like, okay, I spent 10 years learning how to fucking play, but it still doesn't sound like it sounds a direction. Why does it sound like it sounds a direction? Well, because there's recording, well, because there's mixing it, well, because there's producing it, and because there's all these fucking people in the way of, like, between the idea and when somebody fucking hears it, like, there's all this other shit, but it sets you on that path of, like, I gotta get the thing in my brain to come out of my hands.
Yep.
And let's all go do this together because it's going to be fucking amazing.
Right.
It's so difficult at that age because it's like, it's not chess club, it's not marching band, it's not math, it's not school newspaper, it's not drama. Because everything else that you do at that age is like set up by adults who have taught kids to do the same thing a million times. Like, we're gonna do.
Here's the book ABC.
Here's Guys and Dolls. Here's Oklahoma. Here's The Mouse That Roared. Here's whatever the drama production is. I've done it a million times with a bunch of dumb kids like you that don't know what they're doing. Here's Chess Club.
And here's the same list that we've been giving to the same fucking people for 40 years.
Yeah.
Like list of literature and movies and you know, whatever, plays and shit. They haven't changed that since 1971.
Yeah. This is pretty close so far to the, I'm going to bring down the room mic a little bit for the echo. This is pretty damn close to that one episode of Freaks and Geeks where they form a band. And it's like Jason Segel is in the band and James Franco's in the band. And is it young Seth Rogen? I think it's Seth Rogen too. And
that sounds right.
One of the guys is like, it's one of the guys is obsessed with Rush. Jason Segel's character is the drummer.
Yeah, he's obsessed with Rush.
And he's like, okay, guys, let's do that song a second time. And it's like 81 or 82.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a big fucking bag. Oh, my God. I've never got a bag that big from Midnight Cookie Company before. What the fuck?
I show up, and it's their excuse to do all kinds of fucking weird shit. Dan, I'm really annoyed you haven't eaten that burger yet. You should be full by now. Like, I can't believe you waited that long to eat the burger.
It's delicious.
It looks delicious.
Good. But
that's a fantastic idea.
But the idea that like James Franco is like the good-looking guitar player and singer, and they tried to play like Crossroads or something by Cream, and Jason Segel has the audacity to tell the band to like play it again because they fucked up in like 5 places. And his girlfriend is the young girl who plays Hawkeye's wife in Endgame.
Oh, in Endgame.
Yep.
She becomes Yoko Ono to James Franco because she dared suggest to the drummer boyfriend that, hey, start standing up for yourself. If they're not good, tell them they should do it again. And he's like, hey guys, I just want to make it sound good. Let's try that song again. And James Franco's like, no, it was fine. We already did it. It's like, no, but I think you messed up in a couple of spots. And James Franco is just like, hey, man, rock and roll's about your fucking balls, not doing it by the book. And you watch them as an adult, like, break up their band over the course of the episode and go, no! It's the same thing as watching, like, Ben Affleck's character in Chasing Amy ruin a good thing with his girlfriend.
Yes.
And you're like, so what about you and this other guy? And he's at a hockey game, and then she just fucking turns on him, and she's like, I don't know, maybe because I like fucked him and his best friend at the same time, and they both came in me at once. Is that what you were asking me about? And you're like,
calm down, finger cuffs.
Yeah, calm down, finger cuffs.
Calm down, finger cuffs.
Black rage, black rage.
But I identify with this so much as being like the guy that like once I didn't get that not everybody wanted to do this.
Sweet.
Right.
Like, right. I was like, and you guys have been in band with me. Like, I get so like how doesn't everybody want to do the same thing? Like, how is it that people want other things than what I want? And that's what this kid is like. Like, this kid is like no, you got to do this. Obviously, this is the way. Right?
Don't play fast things. Play a thing that's fast. Like it's that break in his head between like, well, you said play something fast, so he plays a lot of fills, and he's.
Right.
I'm sure the guitarist is thinking like,
heavy.
Like Phil Taylor from Motorhead fast, not like hit a bunch of drums fast. Like play a beat that is fast, and the idea that like the dude, you know, that's used to just playing in marching band doesn't know how to translate. Like in marching band, you walk around with sheet music that's this big, and you play the same. And also in marching band, you're not playing a whole kit; you're playing one drum.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what he says. He says, "I don't play the drums. I play drums."
Yeah, I play the one they give me.
And like that's me. My buddy Marco, like he played bass in jazz band.
Yeah.
That's where I found my bass player.
Yep.
My first bass player. And then my friend Michelle was in choir. That's my fucking signal. Like, let's go be a fucking rocker. I'm like, let's do it. I'm 16. Like, this is the answer, guys. Let's go. Let's get on the bus.
I was my first girl I fell in love with. She played flute in marching band and symphonic band. I sat behind her. I saw her book cover. You know how they had those like those paper book covers you made out of grocery bags.
Grocery bags.
Yeah. She drew the cover of that X-Men issue with Captain America, Black Widow, and Wolverine on it from the early '90s, and I was in fucking love.
Well, duh.
Oh, are you calling back, Dan? Are you still on? Can you hear us?
Yeah. I accidentally called you again.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
Thank God. All right, cool.
I was like, what is that?
But like
my head is
her
beeping.
twin sister, was a drummer. Her twin sister was a drummer in jazz band and in marching band, and I so tried to get her to join a band with me, and she was too smart. She was like, my kid is a jazz kid. I can't play rock on the. She knew I just didn't have any good ideas, and I was a shitty musician on guitar. And she was just like, no, because a rock kid on drums is different sizes, a different diameter on the toms and stuff. So I can't do it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's just not going to work. It's just really not going to sound good. And you believe somebody who says that because it sounds like they have confidence.
Exactly.
And
that technical knowledge, measurements. Like, there's measurements involved. You can't play rock and roll on a jazz kit, you fool.
No, that's madness. It's madness. It'll never work.
But I'm sure your stuff's really good. I'm sure it's great.
What in the world did you get?
What timestamp were you guys at?
I have to ask it again.
What tramp stamp are we at?
Butterfly.
Again.
Come on. 9:36.
9:36.
It's the year I was born.
What?
All right. Give me the countdown.
All right. Ready?
Yep. Still recording.
1 and a 2 and a 3 and a.
Fun right now.
There we go.
What's happening, man? Hey, he just called you a dipshit. No.
Ooh, Misfits t-shirt.
Don't say anything to anybody, I swear. Yes, you did.
Really? Really?
That's why they don't stare at me. I'll stare at her.
Her? I could have stared at her. I don't know either of you. I'm in an apartment. I'm an impartial judge.
You're funny.
A keyboard would never break in half like that, but
gimmick.
that's okay.
No, okay. So wait, pause.
All right.
That's what we call we don't call it that, but in the industry of professional wrestling, that keyboard was gimmicked. And what they do is they take long plywood tables that they throw people through. Sometimes they climb up on a ladder in a wrestling ring and throw people off the ladder into two different rows stacked on top of each other of tables, plywood tables, the long buffet tables, that someone has gone in with a probably a miter saw or a circular saw and gouged a gap in the middle. So that particle board table, when you throw someone through it from like 8 to 9 feet up high, they just go, and it cushions their fall and protects them from getting paralyzed. And that's exactly what happened with that fucking keyboard, because no keyboard breaks in the middle like that
ever
when you land on it. It would be so much more horrifying if they hadn't gimmicked it and it actually acted like a real keyboard, because you would just go, ah, fuck. Like
he would have bounced off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at what that is, it's a Nord, like, that's like a $6,000 Nord keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a keyboard a little kid's going to have at a party.
And it has a metal it has an aluminum fucking case.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
they got road cases at this party. It's that whole thing with the rich parents that are in, what do they say, they're in Geneva or Belize?
Yeah. Well, this actually reminds me, the last show I actually ever played with Platinum Spandex, my last official gig with that band, before I subbed some, but my last real official gig was a private party for some dude's 50th birthday, I believe it was. It was either his 45th or his 50th. I think it was his 50th. Anyways, his kids' band opened for us, and they weren't bad. I mean, they could all play. They're in high school. They weren't just dog shit. I mean, they actually could play. But holy fuck, boys. The guitarist's pedal board cost more than the first probably 3 guitars, 3 or 4 amps, every effects processor or pedal I ever had, like the first 10 years I played. Their pedal boards cost more than all that combined. And then they get instruments and amps and everything on top of that. I mean, like, fuck, there was easily $3,000 on every pedal board there, including the bass players. Yeah. You know, and it was just like, it was totally this.
Dan Tyson, did you just take a swig out of your 7-Eleven Gene Simmons cup?
I did.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, you did.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah, you did.
My super big tongue.
Fuck yeah. And
I spent half my workday today, when I was supposed to be working, recording portions of a new Kiss episode of the podcast, reading old interviews with Gene Simmons from 1992, because this piece of shit next to me left his Guitar School magazine at my house during the making of the Revenge album, and I had to go do a deep dive on that, and then go into
awesome.
three Kiss books I own, and then the fucking 80s full Kiss spectacular color magazines that you also gave me, Dan, from someone who left them at your house.
Did you watch Phantom of the Park after that?
No, I've already recorded that episode. Have you not heard it, you swine?
I haven't.
How dare you talk to me
I'm such a bad person.
without doing your research?
I mean, little Hanna-Barbera sound effects.
do you-
just like everything about it is just fucking genius.
I'm disgusted at the fact that you feel like that you've heard my voice often enough in the time that we've known each other, and you don't just have to seek it out in recordings in your spare time.
I mean,
Or play it, or at least play it for the cats and the dogs, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but you got to put it to a video with birds, and then we'll play it for the cats.
Wait, okay, 2 things. Yes, that would bring up my YouTube views a huge amount.
Yes.
Number 2, that's the natural evolution of the Scrooged mentality of like, well, we need more pet appeal. We need.
Oh yeah.
What about a detective
that dangles string?
dangle string?
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah,
Like, TV for pets is now like an actual thing.
Mike O'Donoghue figured that out when he wrote that script, and he was so right that like years later, it's just
Oh yeah.
nonstop social media videos of people with their pets acting crazy in front of the TV.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, shit. When we leave the house,
Yeah.
there's YouTube videos that we put on.
Our cats have a favorite program.
that's
Right,
cat-
right.
And there's like a little
It's just-
whistle
it's
that
just
that
wildlife.
there's like a little whistle that it starts every video with.
It's a little
and it
bird.
doesn't matter where the cat is. It does the do 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 do, and Rusty comes running. He's like, oh
He
shit!
legit. The orange.
My program's on.
He legit. The orange cat comes running from wherever
This
he is in
one.
the house and sits
Yeah.
on the floor in front of the TV, like 5 feet in front of the TV, and just starts staring at it, like, "Oh fuck yeah, boys! We're gonna be.
Squirrels are coming.
This is some shit. So there's gonna be some birds. There's gonna be some squirrels. There's probably gonna be some rabbits. I mean, fuck. Who knows what's gonna be up there? I'm gonna watch
Gonna be
the
a
fuck out of
duck,
some TV.
some baby geese.
Dude,
Yeah. Oh fuck. It's great.
it's
The baby
amazing
geese.
because when Dan and I were listening to Hermantown all the time, I remember there's an episode where Rob Schraub talked about how he and his wife would put on the same like classical music when they would leave to keep their dogs calm.
Oh yeah.
Until the dogs got so conditioned by the classical music that as soon as they heard it, they got sad. Because mom and dad were leaving. Because they knew mom and dad were leaving, and they were like, "Oh, fuck, we gotta change it up now."
Yeah,
God damn, let's put on some Slayer for the dogs.
Yeah. See, we do change the programs because I used to have that one Alice in Wonderland show.
Yeah, and the Disney show.
Yeah, it was a very strange show where the girl goes through her mirror and does all these like magical things. I used to actually watch that show when I was a kid. I remember it quite a bit.
It was clearly made in the early 90s, and it was clearly made by people at Disney who were really high.
Wait,
watching it on drugs is a different animal.
Yeah.
I will say that.
There's also one from the. Okay, do it. There's also one from the 80s made by the Jim Henson Company called The Dream Child.
This was the 90s
But
too, so.
I know, but I want to send you a link to that one.
Yeah,
if you're into that.
let's see it.
Dream Child.
Yep.
Let's see it.
That one.
Because it's all Jim Henson stuff. It's all late stage Creature Shop Jim Henson.
Do you know the Wow Wow Wibble Wazzle Waddle
Wazzy Woozle Woo? Tim Noah? Fuck yeah.
Fucking Tim Noah.
Came to my elementary school. Yeah.
Elementary school, man. Fuck yeah, you did. Tim Noah fucking came.
I watched,
sang and danced, and I was
Do
like,
you want to Wow Wow Wibble Wazzle Waddle Woo with
like,
you?
Unfortunately,
like, no, I don't, fucker. I listen to the Beatles. You can go fuck yourself.
Someone sent a copy of that to Red Letter Media, and they reviewed it, and it's terrible to review from their mentality compared to my childhood mentality. And I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of sad actually.
It's trippy.
It's very trippy and very cool. Brought back a lot of good memories, but also when you get like a bunch of guys in their 40s from Milwaukee watching it, they're like this is clearly a young this is a guy that was like at a young age, he was a theater kid. He probably had a lot of money in his family to like put this whole thing on local television because the fucking the way it's presented is great. Like it's really well done, but it's still off-putting. They're like, it's still something's wrong with this. And then when they explain it as newcomers, I go, oh fuck, they're right. They're so right. It's weird.
What is it? What's off-putting?
It's
a grown up.
It's like a personal
project
that like doesn't relate if you're not a child. Like it seems to be about a guy that's a performer that wants to be understood, and it comes across as more of a cry for help when you're in your older stage of life.
Okay, I need to watch it again.
Yes, I'll send you a link to that. Tim Noah.
I can't wait.
We're gonna get some pre-rolls and watch the shit out of that.
Oh god damn it! Michael Arms is trying to call now. If I could bring him in.
Oh, Michael.
Tim Noah was a dude that was.
We could do it on my Bluetooth.
I don't know if
that sounds naughty.
Or
that
famous
sounds very naughty.
Are words that are probably inaccurate. But he came to like my elementary school, and he came to Jay's elementary school and performed and did these things. I thought it was a big deal when I was in elementary school because I didn't understand anything about anything. But the reality is Jay's right. It was like a pet project that somebody had with money and connections, like manufactured a thing.
Yeah.
And basically also they manufactured a thing and they manufactured a following even.
It's very egotastic.
Yes.
It's very much like, I am an important person. I'm going to be famous. I can overcome all the insecurities I have. But also, I don't know. It's fucking bizarre and weird.
I got to watch it. It might be too real for me now, but
totally.
I'll do it.
Because they talk about...
Back to the metal.
Yeah, let's go back to the metal.
Yeah, all right.
All right, what time are you at?
We're only 34 minutes into the recording of this so far.
Like 9:36?
And we're 10 minutes... 10
20.
minutes and 26 seconds in.
Okay.
Are you ready, Dan?
I'm going to bring up the room mic.
What's that? All right, here we go. Countdown. Right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom goes dynamite.
Dude, what the fuck? Are you good, bro? You hurt? Here, let me help you.
No, let me help you.
Michael Arms says, hey.
You guys suck, bruh.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. Do you play?
Yeah, I have a band. Me and my friend over here, a real band, a serious band.
Not like you fucktards.
Oh no! Oh
He
no!
said fucktards.
Oh, it's so mean.
Got it. I guess we'll be seeing you at the Battle of the Bands then.
Oh no! There's not a battle of bands.
Oh, I'm so glad that there's a battle of bands in this.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
It's gonna be even better if Primus is playing in it, but okay.
Dude, that was the best future battle of the bands ever.
Fuck yeah, it was.
All right, guys, let's keep this party going.
Give me your car, Casey.
They're gonna keep the party going with no keyboard. You know why? Because keyboards are not necessary to keep a party going.
Because you got a hard drive and a laptop. Yeah! Vomit!
There you go.
Oh, yes. Dude, that little tiny body can't contain that much booze.
That was great. That was fantastic.
It was like butterscotch pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When I was a kid, I had a babysitter, and every time she came over,
Oh, no.
I'd throw up
Good job.
butterscotch pudding.
Butterscotch pudding.
Stephen King has a very
Every
similar
time
story.
She babysat us.
Why the fuck is the butterscotch pudding?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Who's the obnoxious ginger kid with a Colt 45 shirt?
I don't know, but he was a ginger.
I am busy. If you'd like to wait until I am done with the marina.
I demand you allow us to compete in the Battle of the Bands.
What up?
Okay.
Not letting us play just because we're a post-death metal band would be a
Look at that
complete
maiden
violation
shirt
of
these
our
wear.
Post-death metal band.
Your First Amendment rights as a minor are unclear, but I agree it would be wrong to exclude you.
So why didn't anybody tell us about it?
Well, I wasn't aware you had a death.
Post-death.
Thank you, Frank. A post
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Very great.
So
Important.
as your performance is appropriate.
She's like the gal from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Kinda.
In her diction, in her
Yes.
presentation of her words, she's so stately. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hot metal.
Hot special.
Look at that fucking maiden shit.
I straight up dragged two of my friends into a battle of the bands in fucking Kent.
Starts for people.
Dude,
You're
Fucking
such a
thing that-
selfish man.
I love that. That's so
Guitarist and
fantastic.
Singer of Kiloton, Battle of the Bands winners, 1996.
Oh fuck.
Oh
look at
dear.
that Fucking
The year I graduated high school.
Look at that Jackson. Did you see that fucking V?
I did.
Now.
Shark fin
Tooth
inlays.
Yeah.
Does anyone we know have a shark fin in my road, Jacqueline?
Oh, Jesus.
In the whole country. They could have been
Might know a guy.
Metallica or
Might know that.
but they broke up. I think drinking was involved.
I think drinking.
Happened to us. This is our moment.
Jesus Christ.
Heavy music is going to rise up. We win the Battle of the Bands, parlay that win into gigs, and then those gigs score us a deal.
A deal. Oh, there's that.
He's still after a deal. It's 2020.
I've got to get
Still
all the
talking
way to
about a
City Hall,
fucking
but,
deal.
meet me after school. We've got work to do.
Oh fuck yeah.
Ba-ba-da-bow.
Uh,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh Jesus Christ.
It doesn't seem very metal to ask if he's got his dad's permission, so I won't.
Power slave.
Fuck dude.
On the.
Oh my god, and they're going to fucking guitar solo. Oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ.
I think it does. I'm not sure my mom and dad.
They don't even explain the Power Slave license plate at all.
No.
I love it. Skullfucker. Yeah. Oh. It's taking up most of his bedroom. It's so wonderful.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Double
I legit,
face rack.
wait. Let's pause this for 1 second. One
Yeah.
second. Okay.
1, 2, 3, pause.
So that was in high school. Okay, so there was a dude I went to junior high and high school with.
Confession time.
And he was totally one of these guys.
Confession time.
He's more like the guy's house that they were at with all the party. His parents had a lot of fucking money. And in hindsight, remembering where he lived, where I drove to go to his house the one time I went and jammed with them, they had a lot of fucking money. But this was his bedroom. Like this kid's bedroom right here. He was a drummer. He had a kit that would make Neil fucking Peart blush in his bedroom. And it was basically his whole fucking bedroom. And he was like, dude, you should come over sometime and we'll fucking jam. I'm like, cool, bro. So I went over there with my fucking guitar, and I'm sure at that point I had that shitty fucking crate half stack.
Yeah, you did.
And
like every high school kid ever at that era for 20 years?
Yes.
The shitty crate half stack?
Fucking shitty crate half stack.
87 to 97?
Yep. And fuck, that thing sounded like
Also,
ass.
fuck you, Marty Friedman, for being the guy that endorsed Blue Voodoo crate amps.
Right. No one.
You were too good for that, Marty Friedman. You were too good for that.
And you're not fooling anyone, Marty Freeman. You weren't really playing those.
You were
amps.
playing through a rack system and a power amp, and we know.
You had an art. So no. I legit played with this kid in high school one time, and it went
right.
And it went horribly because he was shit. It was awful. He
Of
had
course.
easily $10,000 worth of drums sitting in his bedroom, and he was
And
dog
8
shit.
worth of talent.
Yeah, and about 45 cents worth of talent. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen a setup like that drum kit before as well. I just can't remember where.
That's what makes this. I mean, look at the posters also, Jay.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
I know. I want those posters.
Uh-huh.
I hate the drum kit. I hate the extra little tiny cymbals and the extra tiny toms. It's so not rock to me. It's the most rock and roll thing that I think I've seen with Dan was the Winery Dogs playing the Crocodile, and fucking Portnoy had a small kit, and I finally
Like a
was
5-piece
like,
kit?
and he did fake tom rolls on toms that didn't exist in midair. And I was like,
Isn't that Kevin Hammond does that shit too?
Oh, Kevin
Probably.
definitely does that. Yeah.
Because he has like 2 drums
I was like,
and
oh.
1 cymbal.
Yeah.
this is Mike Portnoy doing the absence of the things that I dislike that he does, and he's rocking. It's so delightful. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, Mike Portney playing a 5-piece kit.
He
Yep.
fucking throws down and kicks ass. Like, unlike all of his peers and the guys in his own band, he likes fucking Anthrax and Mountain and shit that kicks ass. But he's so good at the rack tom and rototom stuff, and I do admire it. I just don't relate to it. And to know that unlike all of his peers, he can actually do a show where he amputates like 3 arms when he has like 7 other arms to play with somehow. Like spiritually, he's a 12-armed drummer. I know that math doesn't work out. Yeah.
Maybe they're making some of the noises with their mouth. That's what I
Very
think.
possible.
I do that on some
Oh
Michael
my
Jackson
God.
songs.
They learned that from fucking Terry Bozzio.
All right, we're ready to,
All right.
to re-engage.
All right.
So 1448.
Also, for those of us that are
1448. You too.
Yep, ready?
Are you ready?
Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring it up in the room, Mike. Oop.
Oh, he's fucking good, man.
Oh, hot mom. Hot mom.
Can I borrow the car?
If you drop your brother off first, your father will pick him up between shifts.
Oof. Ooh, that was rough. That
My
was
brother
so-
played drums. That was totally me on the other side of the door. Shut.
Second longest.
Good, girl.
And I can do the best cannonball. Everybody says. What's all this stuff?
Dude.
My drums.
Drums are dumb.
Oh, they totally are.
Those dumb fucking cases.
Oh, my
I
God.
hate them so much.
The whole
Look at
fucking thing
that
in that car.
Yeah.
I mean,
I swear.
So now
I've
he has to
seen
go
that kit
somewhere else.
before.
He can't do it at home. So machinery of torment with the. Okay, that's too well drawn out. But yeah, I get it.
No boys have that good of penmanship.
No,
Yeah.
the circle's not going to be that
and
well proportioned.
wait, I hope
Wait.
they show that again because I'm pretty sure that it wasn't even drum
Notation.
Oh, are they about to find their bass player?
They are. Yeah, they're going to find a cello player that get like triggered him into playing bass.
And it's the chick that he likes. Please be the chick that he likes.
She plays oboe.
Damn it. Oh, it's the crazy bitch. That's even better.
The
I thought
fucking.
she played oboe.
Well, she was playing oboe and she was playing clarinet and marching band, but she's actually
That
a cello
same
player.
thing.
What?
It's just
No.
The
Double-
pointy
she's
clarinet.
too-
Single
she's too
reed
talented.
versus double reed. Come on now. That's a huge
Oh,
difference.
she's got a murderous look. Murderous.
Well, you saw what she did with. She lawn darted that fucking clarinet.
Yeah.
Straight up did too. Wait, look, you sing it. Sing it.
I do that too. I'm Kevin.
Emily.
Girls with hair like that and pouty lips like that are always fucking crazy.
Fuck yeah, they are. They usually are redheads, though. To be fair.
But they're all in orchestra.
Oh fuck yeah.
Well, she's not. She is.
A week.
I take Pepsid.
I take Pepsid.
Dude.
It is Dan.
Do you like heavy metal at all?
Like Rock of Ages.
No.
Dan Tyson, you son of a bitch.
Post death doom metal.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, she like an exchange student.
Oh Jesus Christ.
She has an accent. I don't know what I don't know what that is.
Wait, show it. God damn it.
Yeah.
A cello isn't tuned that low, but okay.
Shut up, Brian.
Aren't there more strings on a cello too? That only has four.
No, it's four.
Yeah.
I was in choir.
That was pentatonic. That's not that hard. That's not that hard on a cello.
And yeah, someone actually played that on a double bass. They didn't play that on the cello. So the cello doesn't play that low.
What's this?
Oh, what the?
Oh,
it's a video game.
Avenged Sevenfold. I did this song at Porn Jam one time.
Wait for it.
Malmsteen of Gorgoroth.
Malmsteen of Gorgoroth.
Deep cut.
Dude.
I know, Dad. Why don't you ask one of your real housewives while you're shoving water balloons into their tits?
Yeah, Dad.
Plastic surgeon.
Why do I recognize Dad?
I do too.
I understand.
I don't know why.
Dungeons and Dragons even less than metal, but it's a chance for us to hang out with new people, especially ones who play the bass. If he joins Skullfucker, then we're a band, right? So we can play Battle of the Bands. If people like us, maybe they'll ask us to play some parties. I hope Hunter likes this guy.
We're playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
And being around his dad makes him
Well, Malmsteen just can't.
This is my whole life.
A halfling rogue would be dumb and ungrateful enough to try and rip off a half-orc barbarian who just saved him from 5 ice toads. But he thinks he'll show mercy. Until he remembers that mercy is for the weak, Malmsteen pulls out Hellslinger, his +3 greatsword, and he tells Uriak Stormhollow to shut his glory hole before he starts his first attack.
British Steel t-shirt, by the way.
Hunter, don't be an idiot.
He runs the blade between the thief's ribs.
Dad's pouring some extra vodka.
The leg. And for the final attack.
And a little more vodka.
Oh shit. Head over to Dr.
Natural 20.
Yeah. Because I just chopped off your dick.
Sure. Just remember that those implants are what paid for your guitar, your incel action figures, and all your dumbass Satan worship t-shirts.
Oh my God. I know this actor.
Me too.
Go play tennis. And did you see my American Express?
Stand in the sun!
Oh Jesus Christ.
Compared to Call of Duty.
So fucking amazing.
See you in class.
We were going to ask him to play bass for us.
Dude, and he's got a fucking British
says he's
Steel
pretty
shirt
good.
on.
It's for the best.
It's
You can never trust a guy like that.
I mean,
even the way the kid talks. You can't trust a guy like that. He's so neutral, not quite American or European. The way he talks.
Yeah.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Why is that the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard?
Because a cello playing girl is so not metal that even thinking about it is evaporating my balls.
A lot of the time.
Oh man.
Not metal.
I mean, can we just unpack that for a minute?
Yeah,
Maybe
let's
I'm
pause
just-
that because there's a conflict there. There's a conflict between well, no, not really. If you think of metal in terms of Judas Priest and Venom, he's right.
Sure.
But if you think of metal in terms of the modern day and a young person appreciating like a feminine presence in the band who plays classical music, you would say this is a slam dunk.
Oh, for sure.
So this explains the character. The character is so pig-headed that he was like, no, like a girl, cello, fuck off. It's not metal. Like,
Yeah.
love it. I fucking love it.
He's so fucking committed. It's so great.
You want to shake him. You just want to shake him.
Oh, yeah. It's perfect. It's so perfect.
Like, I know you guys all have had this experience with me. Like, this is why I fucking identify with this dude so hard. Like, there's one fucking path to rock and roll redemption, you guys, and I'm on it, and we're going for it, and this is the fucking way. And like, I was so pighead. Like, I was just this kid. Like,
Yep.
Jay, I don't know if you remember this, but we played a show with whoever that bass player was that played with us in like 2010 when Jesse was in the band. I can't remember his name. Poke?
Poke.
We played a show with Poke outside.
Up in the mountains of Issaquah.
Yeah. Which is like 2010 or 2011 or something.
I think it was like 2014 or 15-ish, but I remember I was thinking about that recently. Like, we drove a long way to get there. And they were having an all-day, like, weekend camping festival with him.
It had to be earlier than 2015. I hope it was earlier than 2015. Because
he played on Pretty Broken,
which is 2010.
Okay, thank you. So then Ian Sheridan was after him.
Yeah.
So wherever Ian Sheridan was would bookend that. Okay, got it.
But that gig, this is how fucking obnoxious I was. That gig is in 2010 or 2011 where I discovered I should own a tuner.
Oh, yeah. You're garbage. You're garbage.
I made it from playing from start. I started playing guitar in 1981.
Yeah.
Made it 1981 to 2010 because I was convinced I don't need a fucking tuner. I'll just tune to the bass player,
right?
And it doesn't
right.
Anybody else. I don't need a fucking tuner.
Oh, fuck.
Because I'm that fucking obnoxious.
I want to say something.
Fuck.
I read in a guitar magazine when Slash was in Slash's Snake Pit, post Guns N' Roses, late 90s. And he said he had a band called, actually, not even the Snake Pit, he had a band called Slash's Blues Ball that never recorded, I don't think. And he said he was doing blues festivals as the only rock and roll guy. And he was so wasted at that time, he showed up and it was just like asking all these like 50 to 70-year-old hardcore blues musicians, hey, can I borrow your tuner? And all of them were like, we don't, what? They were like, we don't tune to an electronic tuner. Like, we have a keyboard player or a piano player. Like, we just tune to that. And he was fucked.
No shit.
He was terrified. He was like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucking fucked. Like, everyone here doesn't have a tuner. I just showed up and I have a Les Paul and a fucking roadie and god damn it. Like, oh, okay. And he said they were just laughing at me as the young guy. Like, he was probably 37 at that time or something. Maybe 35. Right. And they were just like, oh, you silly young man with your electronic Boss tuner that you didn't even bring for yourself. Why are you asking me? I'm 78 years old. Like, get fucked. Like,
I don't need a tuner.
Yeah. Back when I started playing, we didn't even have tuners. We didn't even have pitch. We just tuned to rocks.
We just bend. We bend the note until it's in tune.
Are Les Pauls the ones that don't stay in tune, Brian?
Yes.
Oh, yes, they are. That's why they're so expensive.
Fucking G-string, fucking Les Paul G-string, man. Fuck that thing.
When I was at Luthier School in 2000, we went to, it was in Arizona and Phoenix, and we went to a shop that had. Like the local joke was, the Luthier School sends texts to George Lynch on a monthly basis, and he fires them nonstop. And they love joking to us about the amount of guys that decided to move to Phoenix, Arizona because they thought they were going to get the gig being George Lynch's guitar tech.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then it's fine. It's your house. Spilled on my bottom.
I just poured water on Jay Smith's pants.
Pants.
Good job, Jackie.
But we went into a local Phoenix guitar shop. They had a full size poster from.
Let me get a towel.
Do it, or just rub one of your cats.
Yeah,
here
where's
to
one of the cats?
Soak it
man?
up.
Rusty, come here. Rusty, come on down here, bud.
Keep telling your story, Jay. It's
Oh, I
fine.
will.
It's
I never
good.
stop talking. Watch out.
You're gonna spill more of that
what's
water.
the
every fucking
what's the Lynch Mob album after Wicked Sensation? It was like a self-titled run, right?
It was No One Cares because Wicked Sensation was the only one worth buying.
Yeah. They had a full-size poster in the shop of that because George Lynch was the guy they did the most work for. But they also had a huge banner, a huge 1990s banner of Gibson guitars that said only a Gibson is good enough. But they had spray painted over the word good and wrote the word expensive. And all of us 20-year-old luthier wannabes, it was like we were 18-year-old girls at the mall and John Bon Jovi showed up. We just saw that and went, yeah, we were like, yeah, that's so good, so hot. Oh my God, that's so funny. Look, you're so funny.
I bet they're gonna tune this down to major third later on in life.
It was the best. It was the best. It was the best virtue signal I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh fuck! It's so fantastic. I love all of that.
Okay,
Now
okay.
I'm gonna take off my pants because it's all wet because Jackie
about
spilled all over my
pants.
pants.
Oh yeah, take off your pants. That was my ploy all along.
Come on,
Finally.
fucking Netflix, fucking cooperate, bitch.
Okay.
Where are you?
Wait, 2117.
Okay.
Fuck, boys.
So many fuck boys.
Fuck.
All right.
Letter Kenny. That's why he.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, cool. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go,
Boom. Maybe not just right for
dude. Let me out of your band is what he's
Go,
saying.
fucker.
He's saying, "Let me out of your band. Cut me loose."
Switch places with me. What? Just do it. Slide over. Open the door. Don't get out.
Oh no.
What?
Suck it, cunt.
Ow.
Truth and power, bitch. Drive.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Everything about this is awesome.
It's King Diamond, isn't it?
No, it's Judas Priest.
Jewish priest.
Oh, fuck.
You die. That's magic. That is a dumb Keanu Reeves movie.
That's a dumb Keanu Reeves movie.
Dude, fucking painkiller, man.
Oh, this is 1990s Painkiller. It is, yes.
Yeah.
You're natural.
The solo in this song is so fucking sideways. Dude.
One of the cats is
Shot
coming.
that. Look at that. The fucking power slave.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Dude, this is such a fucking Han Solo move right now. This is such a fucking
Dude.
Millennium Falcon move.
Fully.
Stop.
Fuck yeah. Ah, you can't come in, can you?
Dude.
Brian said dude, and the guy said dude. Dude.
That was fucking awesome.
I understand now. Metal is commitment, and speaking truth to power, and sticking it to the man, and speed.
That was fucking awesome.
This script,
taking the wheel.
Chuck Klosterman had to have written this part of the script at least.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, is he going to quiz him? Is he going to quiz him now?
Okay, we paused.
No, go back. You got to see what he did. You got to see it.
Wait.
Go back right after the dude drives the truck into the wall.
Okay. He hits the thing, smashes it.
I understand now. Metal is commitment, and speaking truth to power, and sticking it to the man, and speed.
That was fucking awesome.
Metal is taking the wheel.
What's this? Black Sabbath. Iron Maiden. Judas Priest.
Dude.
Metallica.
Oh, fuck. 90s.
Slayer. Megadeth. Motorhead. Guns N' Roses. Rage Against the Machine. Pantera. Emperor, Tool. Dio. Meshuggah. Opeth. Slipknot. Mastodon. Lamb of God. This is your history now. Learn it.
Learn it.
2 lines of it in the bathroom.
Dude.
All right, we'll talk about this.
It's a solo to machine.
Dude, wait, I paused it. Dude.
He gives him fucking metal homework. Like, look at this list.
Yeah.
Like, this list is unbelievable. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can pause it on the list, but I bet you we could Google it.
Like, I mean, I just have it paused, right? Warpig.
He said it out loud. Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Rage Against the Machine.
Come on.
Pantera.
It's coming. Just wait.
Display power.
Meshuggah, Opeth.
Get ready.
Slipknot.
Get ready.
I'm ready. I'm fucking armed and dangerous
Right.
over here, like just
Ready?
like Anthrax before me.
2 lines
I
of
knew
it.
Jay would appreciate that reference.
Right.
And John Candy, as well as Anthrax.
Pause it.
Yeah.
we
Exciter,
go.
Judas Priest. Aces High. Hell yeah.
I feel like I learned most of these songs
Cooper.
at Porn Jam.
When the bell tolls, Holy Diver, fucking
Like War Pigs is on the you can't play this shit anymore because y'all play it too much.
That's true. That's very true.
Same as Ace of Spades.
By the way, Jackie, your voice sounds amazing, as it always does. But
Thank you.
You have the best sounding voice in this whole mixer.
Well, thanks.
What's your team?
Unchained. I mean, from the bell tolls, Holy Diver. Good Lord. I also, it's so well written out, but I don't care because you're supposed to make it look that good for the people that are watching.
And the version of the
Talking about
Trooper
the
that
handwriting?
he's talking about, it's a live version, and I'm wondering which live version it is.
That actually got
Probably
me.
live after death. I'm hoping.
It is. It has to be. That's the one. When I was in high school,
Big, you're a fucking.
I was in a band with some Mormon kids, and they worshipped Iron Maiden, and they actually invited me to go to their dances at the local Mormon, the sort of whatever you call them. There's a
Mormon
word
temple.
The temple, but not the temple. It was
That bunch of trampolines there.
yeah, but they would show up in 95 and 96 with Iron Maiden shirts and be turned away unless they turned their shirts inside out, and they did it every time.
That's amazing. Did they have trampolines
But
there?
but nobody liked Iron Maiden in 1995. Like they were
no one liked Maiden
because
in that,
if you're from
Bruce Dickinson was flying planes, and
and Blaze Bayley was obviously the new singer who has been the singer in Iron Maiden ever since.
Oh sure,
yeah.
It clearly worked out for everybody.
Oh,
By the way,
so did.
By the way, we can't do it now, but we have to talk about that video I sent you guys.
The one I didn't watch.
With Blaze Bayley and Jeff Tate and Ripper
Oh
Owens.
Jesus fucking sweet baby fucking evil Christ.
We could talk for 7 hours about that some other time, but I'm not letting it go. Is what I'm saying.
Fuck. Oh my fucking God. That there's so much there.
Yeah.
There really
There's a
is.
lot.
There's so much there.
Yeah.
They're holding lyric sheets while they sing with Jeff Tate.
Yeah,
in the video.
Yeah, they are. And Jeff Tate's reading his
physical lyric sheets.
It's amazing. It really is.
So to recalibrate, they still don't have a bass player.
No, they do not. But they've got a chick who plays cello, and it sounds a lot like a bass.
But he doesn't understand metal yet. The kid, the drummer.
You're right.
He's having his metal awakening.
He's having his metal awakening. So go to the. I'm paused on a frame where he hands him the thing and he says, "This is your history now." Are you guys there yet?
Yeah, we paused it on the list.
We went back from that, but okay. So what marker is that?
2451.
24.
Yo, baby pop, come over here, give me a kiss. Better make it fast, or else I'm gonna get pissed. You feel the music pumping hard, like I wish you would. Now push it.
Well, it's where he hands him the list.
We're looking. We're at the list. Yeah, we have it frozen on the list.
Keep going a little bit, like 2 seconds.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And there's the scene with him, like with the fucking posters behind him. Yes. Look at those fucking posters.
Okay, we're working on it.
It's a solo.
As a Marshall, there's
like the big wide shot.
There's a rack
of like the guitar and the Jackson and the Marshall and the rack and all that.
Machinery?
Keep going.
It fucking shreds.
Oh fuck! Look at all the guitars.
There's like
the
mixers
and shit.
There's
I have these made up. For luck.
picks, skullfucker picks.
Yeah,
no, after I think
it had to have been before that because we're into 25 now.
Oh, okay.
Just tell us what it was.
It might be before he shows it, before he gives him the list.
Well, it's too late for that, Dan.
Just tell us what it was.
Yeah.
Before.
So there's he's standing in front of this wall of posters, and it's like I mean, he's got a bunch of posters in the room, but the wall of posters is like Testament, Twisted Sister, like it's all like club gigs. Mm-hmm. August Burns Red, Testament, Repulsion, Red Fang, Poison, The Sword, Pallbearer. Like somebody knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah. They gave a shit.
Like the Sword and Poison Idea. Like seriously?
That's so far apart. So far apart.
Yeah.
For like in a dude's like why like that's commitment. Like they went to the bottom of the ocean and picked that shit out. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. They were down there with James Cameron, and then they're like, "Oh, what's this?" And then he's like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, "So I made this little pod that goes down 10,000 feet to find all the metal references that have ever been made in the entire universe."
And they're down here in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
Okay, the next time you guys pause this, I'm smoking more pot and eating ice cream.
Fuck yeah, you are.
Just want you to know.
Word.
I have a plan.
Well, we're at 25:04 right now.
All right, count me down.
Okay, from 25:04. Ready? 4,
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Boom. Skullfucker picks.
Get to work on this thing.
The fucking Rage Against the Machine.
A dime bag
There's a dime
fucking
poster back there.
tapestry.
Yeah. Dio Medusa. Cox. I love it.
Goblin cock.
Dude, the timing is on. We saw it when you saw it. Perfect.
Oh, there's the list. There's the better.
Blood and Thunder.
Okay.
Pausing. Blood and Thunder.
You'll see it.
Laid to Rest, Lamb of God. Avenged Sevenfold, Hail of the King.
Schism by fucking Tool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Slipknot.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Well, they might have been a producer on this, perhaps. Opeth. Yep. Sepultura. Rata Mahata. That's an interesting one. That's interesting.
That's a little deep.
I'm Broken. Pantera. Cotton and Mosh.
Fucking
Megadeth.
Holy Wars.
Holy Wars, yep. Classic. Love it. Love it.
I want that list. Like I want a copy of the fucking handwritten. I love it so much.
Dude, it's on Reddit right now. L'Enfant, Savage, Gojira.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I agree with this list. This is a pretty fucking great list.
Yeah.
It's a great list.
It really is.
Is there a single female fronted on this list? I mean, shouldn't
There should be more
metal
but
history include women? I
it
don't
should.
know.
No,
Fuck
it
me,
should.
right?
But they weren't. But it wasn't. When we're talking about from the 70s, 80s, 90s.
If
onward,
Avenged Sevenfold makes the list,
I'll let Avenged Sevenfold, but shouldn't be on those.
But
lists,
there
it's
should
okay.
there should be a. I
I'm
think.
gonna grab a cookie. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. All right. Balls.
oh, that's right.
I'm gonna pause.
Oh, it's a pause. We can smoke pot.
Pause recording. Pause recording. Take a break. Take a piss. But
All right, fair.
But
I'm gonna try to answer Jackie's question and see.
yeah, because there's no girls' school, there's no Lita Ford, but that's not what appeals to a 16-year-old boy today. Is going to be my caveat to that. Like what he's trying to force his drummer to learn, I can see how it would be very male centric. But if
What is I am black? What does that say? I am black wizard.
I can't. Fuck. I can't.
I don't know a single one. Like Vixen and Lita Ford were nothing like.
Yeah, they were more.
But isn't Avenged Sevenfold a newer band?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so then newer bands therefore get to make the list, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Oh, what did you do, Ray?
Uh-oh. All right, cookie conversation. Pausing the recording now. All right, I'm stopping us there for today. Was that fun? I hope it was fun for you. I'm going to end this episode with a little bit of thrash metal history from an author named Joel McIver. I may have made an offhanded comment about him in a previous episode. I don't know. I certainly make offhanded comments about him to friends that love metal every now and then, but mostly that's because his work with Dave Ellefson in his books is so lackluster. I feel like he should have done more to force some better stories out of Dave Ellefson. But he seems to be the go-to guy in metal for autobiographies that need some punching up. But he did write one of my favorite books about any metal band, which is Justice for All, The Truth About Metallica. And it's a great debunking of a lot of myths about that band and their history. If you love Metallica, it's not a hit job. It's just a really professional sort of, cracking open of the narrative in ways that a lot of authors wouldn't do. Now, Mick Wall also wrote Enter Night, and I might pull from that on this next episode. But his desire to sort of take some shots at Metallica is a little more personal. I don't think it comes from a particularly scholarly motivation. But if you've heard my episodes about rock journalists, if you've heard my other episodes that involve Guns N' Roses, you've heard me say some other stuff about Mick Wall of Kerrang! I can only hear his voice in those terms because of Guns N' Roses Get in the Ring. And the Lemmy episode. If you haven't heard that and you're a fan of metal and you're a fan of the roots of metal, I would highly recommend that one. Very informative. Or at least I think so. I think every episode's informative, goddammit. Not like I'm doing opinion pieces for 6 hours per artist. Anyway, let's get into some of the text here. Part of the appeal of this is that he has breaks throughout the book telling the story of the history of Metallica. Breaks called The Truth About blank. And in this section, it's titled The Truth About Thrash Metal. Myth number 1, Metallica were the first thrash metal band. Myth number 2, Metallica's first album, Kill 'Em All, was the first thrash metal album. Was thrash metal discovered by accident? Like Paul Stanley said, Reason's Venom guitarist Ken Dunn, when someone asked him how they came up with the Kiss makeup, he said, if someone falls into the Mississippi and comes up with 16 gold nuggets, you're not going to call him a fucking genius. What we did was just what we did. It wasn't contrived. What Dunn, whose stage name is Mantus, is saying is that his band didn't make a conscious decision to play faster than everybody else on their first album. They just decided to play fast one day. There wasn't a particular moment when it happened, recalls Jeff. It just happened. And the first thrash metal song we did was The Witching Hour. Ah, yes, The Witching Hour. A high point of Welcome to Hell, and a song on which Venom drummer Tony Bray, Abaddon, employed a double-speed snare drum pattern for the first time. It is a primitive song full of raw riffing, roars from singer Conrad Lant, Kronos, and a production that isn't so much basic as indecipherable. But the song is legendary and has been covered many times, notably by Slayer. Pause from your narrator, the live version from the Live Intrusion VHS cassette featuring Rob Flynn and, forgive me, but I don't recall the drummer from Machine Head's name, back in the mid-90s from the Divine Intervention tour is amazing. They did it as an encore on that concert video film. That's a lesson in primitive thrash as conveyed by some of the best, modern thrash metal musicians of the time. Let's see. It's that snare drum pattern which is the essence of thrash metal, as well as the palm-muted, rapidly picked single-string riffs or two-string power chords which accompany it. The riffs usually move too fast for full chords to be employed, although many songs do contain slower, heavier sections when these come into play. Abaddon's drum part, which had been employed to good effect on the hardcore punk scene, was much faster than the usual rock and metal drum patterns, and now typifies the bassist of all extreme metal, the overarching genre of metal, and of which thrash metal is just a part. Of course, many bands said they were the heaviest ever, mostly just for publicity. But the idea that faster equals better didn't really come into play until Venom appeared. Once Welcome to Hell had spread through the underground and had enjoyed some media coverage, not that reviews were usually positive, the musicians' skills were far too undeveloped for that. Other acts began to emerge, all indulging in some form of accelerated tempo and all sharing a common lyrical theme, Satanism, which brought most observers, at least in the media, out in a cold sweat. Although most observers have worked out by now that the 80s thrash metal bands employed an anti-Christian imagery in a simple attempt to shock rather than because they took it seriously. Back then, it was genuinely disturbing and exciting, too. Venom's initial lineup was influenced by classic rock and metal, but was made unstable by the inclination of some members to play harder and faster than others. I was in this band called Guillotine with another guitarist and a bassist who was a bit of a clever shite, remembers Dunn with some satisfaction. I said, right, let's get into some heavy stuff, Priest, Motorhead, Sabbath, that kind of music. I put an advert in the paper for a drummer. Me and Abaddon just got on really well right from the start, and this bassist went, if he's joining this band, I'm off. So I said, bye. Venom were based in Newcastle, where the new wave of British heavy metal had taken hold with a vengeance. Up here in the early 80s, there was a load of really good new album bands. Tigers of Pantang, Raven, Fist, Emerson, White Spirit, really good bands. Basically, we got successful, and they didn't. They did get a certain amount of success, but then suddenly, bang, Venom took over. Asked why his band gained so much recognition, while those other acts didn't, Dunn reasons. I think the metal-buying public was just ready for something different. We had the punk attitude. We were described in the early days as long-haired punks. People used to say, you're making such a fucking racket. We went out there and we thrashed it up, and the audiences were loving it. The other bands were doing their best to be good musicians and everything. The same was true of the otherwise diametrically opposed setting of Los Angeles, where Gene Hoglan, Eric Peterson, and other metal fans were watching the decline of Motley Crue from Judas Priest-like respectability to hair metal clones. A punk and a metal scene existed, side by side, in LA and Newcastle, and in both cases, nascent thrash metal scene was about to emerge as a fusion of both. The cause of European thrash metal was advanced in those early days by three bands: Venom, a Danish band called Merciful Fate, and a Swedish act by the name of Bathory. All three recorded dark, aggressive albums laced with demonic imagery on microscopic budgets, leading to a murky, unfinished sound which added much to their grim allure. And that was just the music. The lyrics and song titles and the artwork, which was inspired by them, bore the infamous satanic imprint. As Merciful Fate singer King Diamond explains, the shock horror influence came from well-known sources. It was Alice Cooper. I saw the Welcome to My Nightmare tour in Copenhagen in 1975. Even though there wasn't that much makeup, they changed him completely. He became unreal. I remember the show so well. I was up front, and I thought if I could just reach out and touch his boot, he would probably disappear. Diamond, more cerebral than many of his colleagues, soon got tired of being asked about his supposed satanic beliefs, but appreciates that the subject requires some thought. People say, "Are you a Satanist?" And I say, well, first of all, I need to hear your definition of a Satanist before I can say yes or no, he muses. There is, after all, an established Church of Satan in America, with its own satanic Bible and various associated textbooks written or co-written by the church's founder, the late Anton LaVey. I can relate to the philosophies that Anton LaVey wrote about, continues the Merciful Fate singer. When I read his books for the first time, I thought, this is the way I live my life. These are the values I have. But at the same time, there's a big void in there. He doesn't say to anyone, listen here, this is the right God and this is the wrong God. There's nothing about gods in there. It simply tells you to pick and choose whatever makes you happy. Because no one can prove anything anyway. So people say I'm a Satanist. If I believe in the life philosophy in that book, then sure. But if they're saying, do you believe that baby blood will give you extra energy and you can conjure demons with it? Then no, I don't believe in that. Venom managed a second coup in 1982 when they released their second album, Black Metal, a record which later lent its name to any metal, which dealt with evil or anti-Christian themes. Media and fans began applying this label to more or less any slightly dark metal act, and the bands concerned responded by upping the ante to unprecedented levels. Although 2 decades later, the black metal scene is alive and well, primarily in Scandinavia, Dimmu Borgir, Immortal, Mayhem, and many others, and the UK, Cradle of Filth, Hecate, Enthroned. Ironically, the 2 bands which are generally acknowledged to have been among the most satanic of all are Slayer and the death metal outfit Deicide, both American. However, there's an enormous difference between the two, in that Slayer abandoned devilish themes in the early 90s for more realistic topics such as warfare and social decay. Tom Araya. A lot of the satanic stuff was written by our guitarist Kerry King, but from what I understand, he's a fictional writer. While Deicide are firm believers in Satanism. Frontman Glenn Benton explains, I know what I believe, and when I write lyrics, I don't write them to offend as many people as I can, or to make people become Satanists. I believe a lot of the satanic philosophies. In 1981, the anti-Christian topics which Slayer Deicide sing about would have led to mass outrage and perhaps a ban. But fortunately, their heyday was yet to come, and at this early stage, the relatively mild imagery of Venom, Merciful Fate, and Bathory was more than enough for the industry to deal with. Creator frontman Mike Petrozza, whose band would head up the B League of thrash metal by the late 80s, ponders, in the early days we would play covers of Raven, Twisted Sister, and Priest. But when I heard Venom, our music changed drastically. The third member of the first thrash wave, Bathory, were somewhat disassociated from the rest of the genre, being isolated in small-town Sweden and influenced primarily by the punk scene. Bathory is primarily the work of one man, Quorthon, whose real name has never been published. Footnote, any so-called real names you may come across in various magazines and reference works are deliberate fakes, as he told the author in December 2002, who grew up some distance from the rest of the music world. There was once a shop in Stockholm called Heavy Sound, which would import heavy metal records, he recalls. 3 or 4 months after our first album appeared in June 1984, the guy showed me one of the Venom albums, and I realized that there was a movement going on. Nonetheless, Bathory became an important influence on the wave of extreme metal which would gather throughout the 80s and beyond, even though the satanic themes which Quorthon and the others initially wrote about weren't too popular elsewhere. In the USA especially, Christian groups have always had a strong voice in the community and political circles, and this is reflected in the reception that the first thrash metal bands received in the early 80s. As Tom Araya remembers, we had a lot of shit over our albums Show No Mercy and Hell Awaits because of those album titles. which were pretty dead on, a bit over Rain and Blood. Some musicians even treated the subject with logical ridicule. Anthrax's John Bush told rock writer Xavier Russell, "As for the satanic thing, well, that's crap. It's like, the devil's a boring subject to me. I don't know him, and I've never met him, so why should I write songs about him? Anyway, I don't want to meet him. He's a dickhead. The whole devil thing has just gotten really out of hand." I'd be curious to know what year that was from. Is that Anthrax era John Bush, or is that earlier than that Armored Saint John Bush? Who's asking John Bush era Anthrax John Bush about Satanism in songs? Because they were way beyond that by that time. Let's see. A good majority of bands, good majority of bands who write songs about Satan write songs about him because he's an easy topic to cover. That was the end of the John Bush bit. Kirk Hammett himself told Guitar World in 1988 that, "I'm not into that whole satanic thing. It's just something to fall back on if you don't have much imagination. Singing your 50th song about having lunch with Satan, I'm not into it. It's silly." Many agreed with these sentiments, and as the years passed, the anti-Christian element of thrash metal faded to the point where such topics were more or less confined to the arenas of black metal and, to a lesser extent, death metal. Venom themselves, the instigators of all this, the progenitors of thrash metal and the actual inventors of the term black metal, remained much praised by bands and critics within the metal scene, but never achieved great commercial success. As Jeff Dunn now recalls, "For the publicity, we said we were going to be the biggest and the fastest and all this shite like every band says. But I think we actually achieved it to a certain degree. I think we opened the floodgates for a lot of other acts to come through and do this kind of stuff, too." Does he feel that other bands took the thrash recipe, which he had patented, and took it for their own purposes? He put the word "took" in the same sentence twice. Not my fault. Without any bitterness, he says, "From that point of view, yes. But I remember Slayer supported us from around 1985. I can't remember where we were, and I watched them. I thought, what the fuck are you doing, boys?" The guitarist was struck speechless by the sheer power of Slayer's music. They were going so far beyond what we were doing with all the black metal stuff. And if you look at the Norwegian metal nowadays, the orchestral stuff, that's another stage again. Dunn knows where his band stands in metal fans' esteem, but is realistic about the cyclical nature of the music. People say, "How do you feel with your place assured in the history books by creating black metal?" But I credit KK Downing of Judas Priest for influencing me. He was my big hero. If KK reads this, he'll say, "Fucking hell, I influenced him? They sound fuck all like us." That for me is a good place to pause and end today's episode overall. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for listening to somebody you don't know do a thing with his very nice friends, who you also probably don't know. Thank you for giving a damn about music, how it's made, and who does it. As I'm always very fond of irresponsibly saying, I think rock and roll is the best, and so are you. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. The National Sexual Assault Hotline is 1-800-656-4673. Stay safe out there, take care of each other, or, at the very least, do no harm.